All right, so in this video, I'm going to react to some ADHD memes. I'm a doctor with ADHD, and so I'm curious how accurate these ADHD memes are. So let's just get started with the very first one. Time management. When you have ADHD. Okay, it shouldn't take long, between an hour and 11 months. Yeah, this is so true. My wife hates when I do this. She will ask me like specifically, okay, when are you gonna be done with work? I'll say like, oh, maybe 12 o'clock, or it might take 3 o'clock, or maybe 6 o'clock. So somewhere around there, it drives her nuts, but this is so true. Me trying to remember what I heard or said just moments ago. Oh my gosh. I swear, every time that I am trying to remember just what was said like a minute ago or what I was trying to think that I was supposed to be doing, I'm like sitting there trying to track my steps back or like thinking my steps back of what I was thinking before. Me all day versus me at 2 a.m. Yeah, I've definitely gotten a bad habit where certainly I am now up till 2 or 3 o'clock because I feel like my brain is just racing. And in the middle of the day, I will feel exhausted. And this is so true with people with ADHD. Depression and anxiety. Let's see who this really is. Untreated ADHD. I see this so much in my own practice and working with patients and clients where people will be diagnosed incorrectly, where they were probably diagnosed with depression, especially women with depression and anxiety when really the underlying cause was ADHD all along. So it's something that you have to be really careful here when it comes to mental health and being diagnosed. Me, stop procrastinating. My ADHD. You know what? I'm gonna start procrastinating even harder. Yeah, I feel like our ADHD brain will do that a lot when we kind of try to tell ourselves, just focus, just, you know, be more productive. And then your ADHD brain's like, nope, no motivation. I'm just gonna procrastinate even harder. It's so true. Thinking about your current hyperfixation. Realizing you were in the middle of a conversation. Wait, read that again. What was that? Thinking about your current hyperfixation, realizing you were in the middle of a conversation. See, I just did it just right now as I was reading that. I was hyperfixated on the meme, but I wasn't paying attention really what I was reading. We'll try to be so hyper-focused on trying to pay attention, but we're so fixated maybe something on the person's face that we're not even paying attention what they're even saying to us. Happens to me all the time. Okay, when my ADHD gives me a hard time remembering what someone just said to me. Can you repeat the part of the stuff where you said all about the things? I do this to my wife all the time. She will say a bunch of stuff or tell me to do a bunch of things, and I'm like, can you repeat that? What were you saying? It drives her absolutely nuts. I always tell him, like, if I'm on my phone, if I'm not looking at you directly, it goes in one ear and out the other, and I didn't catch it. You know exactly what I told you last night. Me, being a person with ADHD, having no clue what she's talking about. Again, my wife does this to me all the time. She's like, I told you that. I'm like, ahead and deer lights, like, what? What did you tell me? I don't remember. And she's like, I know I told you. I know I told you. And this happens so much with people with ADHD because we have this common thing where I will say, and if we're looking at something or even staring at the ceiling, our mind goes blank. My wife doesn't understand that, but me, I'll get up and clean when this podcast is over in 10 minutes. Me, pause podcast, looks at Reddit memes for 1 hour, resumes podcast. Congratulations, you played yourself. I feel like these are all just related to what's happening in my relationship right now with my wife. She'll ask me like, can you go take out the trash? Or can you go do the dishes? Or can you go change one of the kids? Whatever it is. I'll be like, yeah, just in a couple minutes. I just need to finish this. And then an hour goes by and it drives her nuts because what happens is I finish it and then there's some other new shiny object or new YouTube video that was suggested and that just causes problems. So sorry, honey, I love you. How to stop procrastinating. Save video to watch later. I do this a lot, like all the time. Like I'm on YouTube and I will hit, oh, save later, save later. So like my save later, like, or watch later list is a pretty big, long playlist. And then that's why I'm up till 2 in the morning or even more because I'm catching up on my watch later list. And it's just hilarious that it's like how to stop procrastinating and you still put it on watch later. ADHDers, note-taking quality throughout a lecture. 0 to 5 minutes, 6 to 10 minutes, 11 to 30 minutes, 31 minutes plus. Oh, this is so true. And I was in school, college. I hated taking notes. And like the very first 5 minutes, I was like, all right, I'm going to do really good. I'm going to focus. I'm going to write down everything the teacher did. I'm going to create these magical notes. And then my ADHD brain just wanders off and it gets worse and worse. And then my notes just look like crap. And it's like, what happened in the lecture? So what I end up doing is instead I would ask a classmate to see if I can use their notes. That way I could pay attention in the lecture and just jot down just a few things. And that was a better strategy, is I would use a classmate's notes as long as they're okay with it. And I would just tell my situations like, look, I'm really terrible at taking notes. I'd really appreciate if you don't mind me using your notes to study off of. People who say everyone has a little ADHDers. Yeah, I hate this. When people say, oh yeah, everybody has a little bit of ADHD, it's so not true. It's like, if you have this, like, yeah, I forget here and there, but if you're experienced this several times a day, then we could talk about maybe you do have ADHD. But it's like, yeah, maybe a couple times a week it happens to me. We'll try, 10, 20, several times a day where your mind wanders and you forgot what you were trying to do and work on, and that's why the task takes you longer. Yeah, I'm sorry, you don't have ADHD. Getting some actual sleep for once in my life. Going that way. Watching videos on how to make fluffy pancakes. My dumb ADHD at 5 a.m. Middle of the night, I will watch the most dumbest stuff, or on Facebook or on YouTube, or research the weirdest things too. And I'll spend hours researching this thing and my hyperfocus just like kicks in the middle of the night. When you go to Target for toothpaste and come home with a receipt of $218, that wasn't me, that was ADHD. Yeah, I explain that to my wife sometimes. Like, she'll tell me like, just go to the grocery store and pick up these few things. Well, I gotta go down every aisle and ooh, you gotta get these treats. Oh, this is on sale, this is on sale. So it's so true. I do this a lot. And she's all like, I told you just to go get some floss. And I come back with bags of different food. I'm like, well, it was on sale. We needed some food. Usually my problem is usually with food. All right, therapist. So what actions did you take this week to help release dopamine in your brain? Me, I shared a bunch of memes on the internet so I could feel validated. Therapist sprays me with water bottle. I think this is going to be a new thing for me of like actually getting sucked into ADHD memes. I'll just put it in a safe place, ADHDer. All right, this is from the movie The Witch in the Wardrobe, right? So yeah, you think you can just put it in a safe place and then your imagination, creativity just takes you somewhere else and you have no clue where you even put that. Me keeps looking at ADHD memes to see what else I can relate to at 1:30 a.m. I don't need sleep, I need answers. And this might be a lot of you guys in this situation, especially if you're watching this YouTube video, is you're trying to seek for answers, wondering if you have ADHD and you're looking at memes, or you're watching this video and you're like, hey, I actually relate to a lot of these. And that's how I find a lot of people do realize they have ADHD, is when they're looking at these memes, you're like, you know what? I relate to that. And that's when you should probably go see a doctor and check if you do have ADHD. When I meet an ADHDer who completely has their act together, is it possible to learn this power? I get that a lot. A lot of people ask me like, how do you have ADHD and you were able to go through medical school and become a doctor? Let me tell you, it wasn't easy. It wasn't like, I got this special power. I failed a lot. But yeah, I mean, it is doable though. Like, we can live with our ADHD and we can learn to live with our ADHD and be able to unlock, more of what our true potential is. It's just understanding how to live with it. And that's what I do a lot with my patients and clients. My ADHD, how to have a conversation. A, interrupt them. B, trip over your words. C, zone out. D, get really excited about the topic and freak them out. I do this a lot. Like, when I'm in a conversation, you want to be part of the group, a conversation, and you get so excited. That's what my problem is. I get so excited and I'll tell a story really fast and I don't wait for like a climax and then there's like dead silence. Or I don't think I'm trying to interrupt because I don't think they're hearing me. I do all these different things. It's so common with us with ADHD. Because we want to be socially accepted. Wanted to do something important on his laptop. Looks at ADHD memes for 25 minutes. What was so important again? So true. But it's not just ADHD memes. For me, it's like, I will go to my computer if I have too many tabs open, and then there's something on YouTube. I watch that. I'm like, wait, what was I supposed to be doing? And then it takes me about 20 minutes just to think about what I was supposed to be initially doing. It happens too much. And this is when I know I'm not being very good at taking my supplements and good with my health and stuff like that, if I'm finding this is happening more often than it should. And that's kind of a reality check for myself for my own ADHD health. Normal person, 7 plus 6 equals 13. ADHD peeps. If 7 plus 7 equals 14 and 6 is 1 less than 7, then 7 plus 6 must be 13. I must be ADHD. Oh, this is so true with me when it comes to math. Like, I always consider myself pretty good with math, but I do this with times tables. Like, I'll do like this extra steps to try to figure out a shortcut when it's really just taking longer, when I couldn't just have it memorized. I used to think I'd be good at math, and then my siblings would outdo me when it came to timetables, my younger siblings, so I realized maybe I wasn't so good at math. When you spend hours researching ADHD because your ADHD made you hyper-focus on ADHD. Yeah, this is my problem. I hyper-focus a lot on ADHD because it's so fascinating to me. Even when I was in medical school, like, that's what I wanted to do. But if you are like watching these memes and you're like, oh my goodness, like maybe I have ADHD. How does the ADHD brain work? Because you are really want to really know these answers. Well, I'd watch this video right here and check this video out where it goes over how the ADHD brain works and understand if you maybe have ADHD. Thank you for watching. Until next time, it's Dr. Grant signing out. Thanks. Bye.